Welcome to the latest episode of this podcast. Today's my guest is Josh Burwick. He's a dynamic co-founder and CEO at CaratX, a maestro in blending his passion for technology and entrepreneurship with a talent for driving companies beyond the 1 million in revenue and a diverse background that navigates through diamonds, gems, and the automotive world. Josh's story is about harnessing complexity and turning it into success. His deep understanding of the supply chain combined with his love for chess and advisory roles in cybersecurity makes him a fascinating voice in the world of innovative business leadership. So let's dive in. Josh, did I miss something in your introduction?
That was a great intro. Thank you, Danny.
Cool. So do you want to maybe tell a little bit about what you're working on, maybe
Sure.
CaratX or any other ventures?
Sure. So I'm Josh Burwick. I'm co-founder and CEO of CaratX and CaratX.com. And our mission is to connect the diamond, gemstone, and jewelry industry on the CaratX platform. We help buyers and sellers all over the world. We connect them through e-commerce technology on the CaratX platform, and it's made specifically for diamonds, gems, and jewelry. That's the supply chain we play in. I've got 16 years in the diamond gem business, and we started this out of need, out of the supply chain asking for another platform to sell on.
Wow, that's great. And one very interesting story that I want you to maybe share a little bit is your journey, because I was just scrolling through your LinkedIn profile, and it seems like you started with very like basic role at your first company where you were working as a like vehicle washer and like general porter service, lot attendant, stuff like that. So how did you start and how did you grow into starting your own company, driving the revenue beyond seven figures and more?
Yeah, good question. So yeah, I've had an interesting journey. I started in automotive. I'm still in the automotive space as well. Those are the two supply chains that I have expertise in. Um, yeah, I started at washing cars and worked my way through to service management and then sales management, on to running a dealership and a repair shop, numerous other businesses in the automotive space and simultaneously being in the diamond and gemstone space. So I wholesaled diamond rings and loose stones. Um, and that turned into one of my first ventures in the automotive space, which we sold software to the automotive supply chain and the stakeholders there. And that led here to CaratX.
Yeah, cool. But how did you actually, what was the process looking like? So you're starting with your role, you grow, you get into more managerial role, and then eventually you start your own company. So how did that happen?
Yeah, so it's a funny story. I moved very quickly through just kind of through the corporate ladder. And I just decided after being in senior leadership positions to try and do things on my own. And I had to, I had to learn how to hire a team and how to create solutions, how to manage people. And yeah.
Did you have to attract some outside funding or was it all bootstrap?
So this one is bootstrapped. We are fundraising now. We finally got to a growth point where we've decided to fundraise. So we're actively doing that now. On the previous venture that I was at, I got to their $2 million Series A round, and we grew that company for almost 10 years. And yeah.
And what was the end point there? Did you have an exit or?
I did. Yeah, I had a small exit and started this venture shortly after.
And maybe you can share some of the learnings or mistakes or anything that you want to tell the audience. What did you learn? What insights do you have? Maybe what not to do?
Oh my gosh, so much, especially on the not to do part. You learn so much going through the process of being an entrepreneur. And the one of the first things I learned is you need good people. You need good people around you. You need to learn how to build a good team. Find people that just love what they do and plug them into the right spots. And it takes practice, let me tell you.
Yeah. And you were a solo founder, or did you have some partners to start with?
This venture, I do have a co-founder. Yeah.
The previous one that you had an exit with?
The previous one, there were two other founders.
And you were the CEO, or what was
Previous
the role?
venture, I was head of sales. I was head of sales and support.
Hmm.
So I grew to about 1,000 customers. We sold software to some repair shops. Um,
Yeah, so what was it like to basically run the company for 10 years and see it grow and kind of live through that experience?
It's really fun. So when we raised our Series A, when we raised that 2 million, the first thing that I had to start doing was hire a team. I had to hire my first sales team, my first large sales team. I managed 14 people, two support staff as well. And so going through the hiring process was a lot of fun. I learned so much. And then what's great is when you see your software product end up in the hands of your customers for the first time. I remember the first time someone printed out an invoice off of our point of sale solution. Oh, and I got so excited. It was such a good feeling.
Wow, wow, great. And is it correct that you started Carrot X before you exited from that company, or how did that
Slightly
transition go?
before, yeah. So I was already transitioning out, and yeah, Carrot X happened simultaneously as I was exiting.
Mhm. Yeah, and so Carrot X, as far as I understand, it's more about gems, about diamonds. How how does that play with the automotive industry that you started with? How did that,
Good question.
I don't know,
Yeah.
transition look like?
So it's funny because a lot of people might think that they're vastly different, and they are. That is true. They are vastly different industries, but a lot of things overlap. So a lot of the things that the automotive supply chain suffered from and still suffers from today, the diamond, gem, and jewelry industry suffer from as well. And that's everything from, payment technology problems, store level problems, operations level, back office, front office, marketing. There's an infinitely complex number of stakeholders sometimes. And so the similarities between automotive and diamonds and gems are what got me to also build something in the diamond, gem, and jewelry space.
Yeah, that's awesome. And did you have a chance to take a break after the 10 years of running or working at a company, or you just continued?
I'd be lying if I said yes. No, I did not really take a break. I consulted for a little bit with another company in automotive, but ultimately, no, there was very little break in between, and that's pretty common for entrepreneurs. You just got to keep going. It's up to you, you and your team.
Yeah, sure. And how are the things going with Carrot X now? Are you guys growing or anything
We
you could
are,
share?
yeah, yeah. Thank you for asking. Yeah, we are growing. We've grown triple digits over the last couple of years. A lot on the business side as well. We have a lot of B2B customers, and our seller network is continuously growing. Our vendor network is growing also. We have products and services sellers on the CaratX platform. Yeah, so this year with the right funding, I think we'll be able to scale even further and build out some more exciting solutions in on the AI side as well.
Do you think you can share, um, like, is it seven digits? Is it more in revenue, or is it kind of NDA? You cannot share it.
Yeah, I can't share that yet. Not quite ready to give out the public deets on that, but as we raise, we will definitely share more.
And this will be which round for Carrot X?
This will be our seed round.
Seed round. Did you have a pre-seed, or did you just start?
The pre-seed was bootstrapped by myself and the co-founder.
Yeah, makes sense. Cool. Maybe you want to quickly tell about the product itself at CaratX, how it works, how does it solve the problem for the customers?
Sure. So the simplest way to explain it is sellers from all over the world, wherever they are, can quickly open up a store, sell products on CaratX. You can also source from other vendors that are on there as well as sell to consumers. And we have a number of tools built into the seller dashboards that are really going to help drive intelligence and give the business help and insight into the products and services that it sells.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool. And maybe overall, having all that amazing experience with many different ventures, having the chance to be an advisor in other companies, maybe top lessons that you learned that you would have to tell your previous self for, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago.
Definitely. Yeah, really good question. I think one of the most important things I've learned in my 38 years on this planet is listen more than you speak. And I do like to speak, but it's also very important to listen. Listen to others, be the last person in a room to speak.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and maybe before we end, anything you wanted to share with the world about your journey or something that you
Sure.
just want to put out there?
Yeah, definitely. I think the thing I'd love to close on is if you're an entrepreneur out there, feel free to reach out to me as well. I frequently help people for free, no obligations. But keep going. Whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, just keep at it. The important thing is that you take steps forward. And I think that's a good takeaway.
Cool. Yeah, Josh's link to your LinkedIn will be in the description, so feel free to go to his page, connect, and maybe shoot a message if Josh is available. All right. Thanks for your time. Thanks for amazing insights, man. And yeah, great time.
Yeah, thank you, Danny. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.